So we have defined life and we saw that there are things that has to be done to maintain it. For whatever reason, you guys I have understood it. Now let's define the process. Those are known as life processes. Let's define it. So let's look at the official definition. If you had asked me, I would be just telling that it's the basic needed process for a body to maintain so that it does not die per se tomorrow, right? Not exactly an official definition, but let's look at it. Life process are the process that together performs the maintenance of living organism. They are needed to prevent damage and breakdown of living organism. Energy is needed for life process, which comes from the food. Life process involves chemical reaction in the body. So same thing as what I said, almost same. So what does the body need? Vitamin, fat, protein, so on and so forth. So you guys can read through this. What happens if we don't get those? Well, basically the body lacks essential nutrients. The system began to fail and lead to deficiency diseases. Right? Again, common sense. Now, next thing is the life process same everywhere? At least on the surface of the earth, what do we see? We can broadly classify it as life process for a single celled organism and for a multi-celled organism. We have a third category where it does not fall in both of this case, that is virus. Now, single cell organism, the life process looks like this. Basically, what we're looking at is we have an organism. It directly interacts with the surrounding, consumes what it needs, and uses the material, that is makes use of the bonds and all of that energy per se, and it will throw out what is not needed. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Consume, process it, and throw it out. While in multicellular, there is consumption, then conversion of energy, there too it takes place, and then we have to transport it, and then when the cell needs, it will use it with the help of respiration, and then we have the excretion. While virus is basically not alive till it gets a host per se, right? So that's the funda of virus. So let's look at it. Let's look at it properly now. Okay. What a life process? Life process are the process that together performs to maintain the living organism. So basically, what does it need? It needs vitamin, minerals, and water, fat, protein, and carbohydrates. So we have vitamin, minerals, and water that are small enough. They are small enough to be directly absorbed through the gut lining, while fat, protein, and carbohydrates, they must first be chemically broken down to smaller particles like sugar, ammonium acid, and fatty acid, respectively, before they are absorbed. Okay, so body cannot directly take in this while it can take in vitamin, minerals, and water. Okay, so what happens if we don't? That is common sense. I don't want to answer that. Now let's discuss the life process in a single-celled organism. Single-celled organism do not need specific organs for taking in food. Like we have mouth, it doesn't need it. Exchange of gases and removing of waste becomes the entire surface of the organism that is in contact with the environment. So all of that takes up any point of time anywhere on the surface of the single-celled organism. When it comes to multicellular organism, what is that we're looking at? Here we have a lot of dedicated things happening. Multicellular organism, all the cells may not be in direct contact with the surrounding environment. Like our kidney is not in touch with, well, outside stuff. The uptake of food and oxygen is the function of specific tissues, right? We have a dedicated stuff for happening. This happening, that is food and oxygen, so on and so forth, exchange and everything. The transportation system is needed to carry out food, oxygen from one part of the body to another. Again, a simple, if you observe your own body as of now, you will be able to understand this. A specialized tissue for excretion is also needed for removing waste. So that's the difference between single-celled and multicellular organism. And that's your definition. Anyways, all of that is available So yeah, that's your heading for this video.